Morning, good morning, good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Sean T. I just want to give a little, y'all know I'm Sean T, but I want to give a little bit of a preface because I was just having a conversation, and I think sometimes in health and fitness and motivation, people expect. Let me say this the right way so I don't offend anyone. People either expect people to be saints or people have given off the idea. Happy birthday, Natasha. They have given off the idea that the reason that they're a motivator is because they're perfect. And I'm here to tell you, the reason I like to motivate is because of the shit that I've been through in my life. And I'm not perfect. I am, full disclosure, I am so happy with who I am at this point in my life that, and obviously just in the past, recent past, that I was able to write a book and be extremely transparent about who I am. So I want to tell you this. I love the idea of fitness and health. I like short exercises because doing workouts are crazy. Some people really enjoy them. I do them because I want to feel good about who I am. I love sports. I grew up in a Christian household, but I still like to curse. And I love Nicki Minaj and Cardi B and Eminem, but I also love India Arie. And I Want to Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston is one of my favorite songs on the planet. It is my favorite song on the planet. Oh, I want to dance with somebody. And I love to sing. Sometimes I have good days singing and sometimes I have bad days. But I'm saying all that to say that I know a lot of people that you may follow out there. They get dressed, they get pretty, they wear a suit, and they motivate in that way. And it's great. And I think it's fantastic that they want to portray themselves like that. But I'm not that guy. I motivate and inspire through daily struggles and daily motivation that I find internally and externally. I'm a new dad. This shit is hard. I'm married. Being married to me is not really that hard, but it does take work, only because Scott is like amazing. He's my best friend. And he's completely opposite from me, which is even more amazing. And I'm a black gay male in America, which years ago was extremely tough and hard to be. And there's still people who don't like black people, and there's still people who don't like gay people, just like there's people who are mean to women, and there's people who don't like white people. I'm just saying that the struggle is there, and the struggle is real. But here's what I'm here to tell you today. I wake up every day to motivate and inspire you to be the best person that you can possibly be in your own life, on your own journey, in your own path. And years ago, before I came out as a gay guy, I did care what people thought about me. And then once I came out to my mom, the care of what people thought about me drastically went down to like 50%. Because I'm like, if my mom and my brother still love me, then the majority of the fucks that I give really decrease. And so now, at 40 years old, really happy in my marriage. I'm happy with my career, even though I still have struggle moments and I'm still finding my way, which I think we all do. I don't really care what people think of me because I wake up every single day trying to be as real as I possibly can be. I eat Thin Mints. Yes, Stephanie Love. I eat Thin Mints. I sneak in the refrigerator when Scott's not looking and eat food, eat some of his rice that he cooked for tomorrow. Like, I do the real shit that people do every day, but in 90% of my life, 100% of the time, I'm thinking of how I can be as positive as I can be while still staying true to who I am. So I say all that to say that, I'm actually doing a live recording for my group called The Ongoing Key in a safe space. So if you want to understand what that is, go to theongoingkey.com. But I say all that to say that my name is Sean T, and I'm just here to have a good time in this life and give you everything. When you come into the Transformation Center, it's not sit down, let's have church. When you visit the Transformation Center, it's either going to be a weekend of me kicking your ass to the point at which you're going to go back home and do your workouts, and you're going to be like, even though Insanity is hard as hell, I still have Shanti yelling in my ear, and I want to push even a little bit harder, right? That's who I am. I'm here to transform your life in a way that you can stay committed and be 100% authentic to who you are while living in a positive space and being happy and healthy every single day. Now, this podcast is actually going to get into some questions that you had. So the reason why I wanted to open up this podcast with some really just kind of transparent things about myself is because the way I'm going to answer these questions are going to be just as transparent. And if anybody's listening in a safe space or anyway, just stick with me as long as you possibly can. First question, my man Chip is behind the screen. He's going to ask the question. I did not pre-screen these questions. I have no idea what he's going to ask me, which is what I love most about this, because you're just going to get the real of the real. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to get the face of the face. Ready?
So Amy and a few other people all want to talk about a muffin top. She says, it's the hardest thing for me. I have a pair of jeans that I love. They're super comfy, and they make my booty pop. However, I never wear them because they show my love handles more. How do I get past seeing that first, and why are love handles so hard to get rid of?
Why are love handles so hard to get rid of? Why do I have a muffin top? Why is it annoy the hell out of me? So I'm going to give you guys something that hopefully immediately will make you feel better about just the midsection in general. So there's two things. Number one, no matter how ripped somebody is or how big somebody is, when everyone sits down, there's rolls, and there's a such thing called skin. So your skin is going to be there. Look, right now I'm sitting down. Y'all might be like, Sean, you got abs, but, you know, when I sit down and I bend over, like, there's still some skin there, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it might be less than the skin that you have, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I still got abs, right? But the point is, it's there. So gravity is just an annoying thing. And think about where you eat. Now, I'm not a scientist, but I do have a degree in sports science. When you eat, where does the first place everything go? It goes to your stomach. Your calories. Let's talk about calories and calorie burn. When you burn calories, when you work out and you walk around all day, what are you walking around on all day? Your legs, right? So think about the fact that your legs are taking most of the power of everything that you do. If you work in an office, you stand up and you sit down all day, right? That's what you do. So that's why you can see someone, or even yourself, if you look at your body, let's get rid of the muffin top for a second. If you look at your body, your calves, you know, I know some people suffer from varicose veins, but let's get rid of them for a second. If you look at like the least amount of fat on your body, if you're minimally active and you work out every day, your ankles, your calves, your quads, your thighs, even if your thighs got a little extra, jiggle it. Even if it got a little extra, because I got a little extra, look, because I'm lifting it, but there's still, ooh, it's fine. See? Even my camera wanted to come so y'all can see the jiggle on my legs. We all got something there. So the thing is to help you understand that everyone has something there. Now let's go to the muffin top. This is probably going to be one of the most annoying things that I say, and I'm not telling you accept the muffin top. I'm going to get into something that might be just a little bit. Yes, thick thighs are everything. Somebody commented that thick thighs are life. Why y'all think I married Scott? So y'all might not be able to tell those Instagram stories, but trust Mbelieve. I got it on my shirt. On T, as Wendy Williams says. But there's a such thing as a body type, right? If you go, and I want you to go, when you finish listening to this, go to my Instagram page, and a couple days ago, I posted, or weeks ago, whenever you listen to this, I posted a video of myself, Scott, Chip, Sam, and Sam's friend, or our friend now, Jack. 3 guys who work out every single day, or work out at least 4 to 5 times a week, who eat 85% healthy, 15% fun, because none of us are just eating lettuce all day. And if you look at our bodies, and we all do the same type of workouts. We all do Insanity or whatever Shaun T workouts. Everybody's body is different. We probably all eat a similar amount of calories every single day. And every single one of our bodies are different in different ways. So, I want to talk about body types. I'm not a huge expert on this, but there are thin people, there are thick people. If Chip and I ate the same thing every single day, did the same amount of workouts with the same amount of reps, I'm still going to be bigger than him. If I'm a healthy individual, meaning if I'm not sick or I'm not like don't have the flu or something, or I'm not like sick for a prolonged period of time, I'm still going to be bigger and thicker. I'm still going to have that ass, right? So that's like, and we don't have the same body type either. I got a short torso. I got long legs. Me and Scott are the same height, but my hips come up to Scott's belly button, and his head and my shoulders are higher than his. He just got a big-ass head that just goes longer and makes him almost as tall as me, right? I know that's shady, but I'm just being funny. So your body type is a lot too. Now here comes the tough trainer alert. Some people eat extremely, extremely healthy. Some people don't. Some people complain that they got extra fat around their waist, and they say that they're doing everything that they can do to not have that fat, and they don't. I'm not saying that being thick is bad, because I love having, I don't think you should be super skinny. If you look at a post that I put up the other day, let's talk about Serena, who is to me, one of the greatest athletes that ever lived. She was like, I'll never be a size 4. I'm never trying. I don't want to be. She says, why would I want to be that? Like, this is my body, and my body is my machine, right? So you have to understand that your body type is your body type. The goal is for you to make it feel the best that it can feel. If you're eating extremely healthy, and I mean like extremely healthy, and you lose a certain amount of weight and you feel really good, great. If you still have the muffin top, have you had kids? Because I know people you look at them and they look extremely thin and they've had kids, but if they took off their shirt, if they wore a bathing suit, they still have a little bit. I'm trying to help you understand that the extra roll that you have around the midsection is not always because you're not being healthy or fit. It could be a body type thing, and I'm not saying that's a reason to give up. I'm not saying that's a reason to get surgery to remove it. My point is, if you work out every single day and you eat as healthy as you possibly can be, and you're doing the best that you can do, and you're literally following a plan that works for you in the way that you feel, and this is your body type, it's fine. You can eliminate the muffin, right? You can eliminate some of the fat that's around your waist, but I'm here to tell you that you're probably not going to be a size 2, or you won't have like the super six flat pack. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you have skin to go. There's a lot of things that go into that. And then there are people who are like, I worked out really, really hard. Like, it's like I'm fit. I got good arms. I got good legs. I got good chest. I got good upper abs. And this skin and this little extra fat, like I can't get. And sometimes I get surgery to remove it. I ain't going to judge you. But if you've gone to a doctor and a nutritionist and you're like, I've tried everything that I can try to get rid of this, and it's a pain point for you, I say accept that it's there first. Try to like understand that it's going to be there. And if you still are like at some point, I know a woman who I talked to for a couple years on Twitter who went and got surgery to remove, because she got bigger and she lost a lot of weight, and she would keep me updated on, like, I think she had like maybe 9 surgeries. But it wasn't because she wasn't working out. It was because, like, her doctor was like, this is not going to go anywhere. So it comes down to you, and it is a sensitive subject. But I want you guys to know that there's body types of body types. Like, you might have a body type that's thick in the thighs, and I'm going to, if you let me, I'm going to feel them thighs. Now, in the world of the Me Too movement, I don't want to get too close if you don't let me. But I'm just saying that there's nothing wrong with thick thighs. There's nothing wrong with being, that song, Watch Out for the Big Girls. It ain't nothing wrong with it. It ain't nothing wrong with it. If you're healthy and you're fit and you're doing the best that you can do, and your body type is what it is, great. And stop looking at the magazines. You can look at the magazines to be motivated, but stop looking at the magazines to make your body try and look like that, because most of the time in a magazine, this fitness model is her job. If your job is to if you're a stay-at-home mom and you're chasing the kids all day and you're keeping a family unit together, you ain't working out all day. Like a fitness model, they stay in the gym all day. They go, they eat because they're waiting for that next call to get in front of the camera. And it's their job to look like that. They might enjoy it, but it's their job. They spend 8 hours a day, sometimes more, focused on getting that six-pack. But that's not you. So you have to do the best that you can do with the life that you have. Some of you might want to go to my YouTube channel and see a conversation that I had with Alex, because I was talking to Alex. She was just like, basically, like, she wanted to lose 10 pounds, but she said the girl that's 10 pounds away, she's just not that girl. And I'm like, well, stop trying to, she's like, that's not me. Stop trying to be somebody that you're not, and meet that person halfway. Because it's not about losing the weight and being miserable at the lowest amount of weight that you can be. It's about marrying the two together, being the healthiest that you can be, and loving the life that you have. And I hope that helps.
Do you think that setting a goal weight is more harmful than it is helpful?
Setting a goal weight, there's positives and there's negatives to it, right? If you're a person who sets a goal weight, and if you're never going to get there and you feel like to get there is an extreme struggle, and then you get there and you're miserable there because you're like, I can't have that piece of cake at a party because I'm going to gain weight. And the minute you weigh yourself at the end of the day because you ate, you drank water, whatever the case may be, and you're going to rise above that weight, I say a goal number is not the thing for you. If you're saying that the goal number that you have is where you feel your best and you can live your best life, like you can go on vacation, you can have that cheesesteak or that funnel cake, and you can be like, if I'm 2 or 3 pounds plus or minus that, I'm fine, and it doesn't mentally, F you up, then a goal weight is fine. For me, though, I try not to chase a number. There is a number to my body that I absolutely love and feel 100% comfortable, and I can eat my Thin Mints, and I know I'm not going to gain 30 pounds because you want to gain 30 pounds from a piece of cake anyway. But for me, I go off of the feeling, and I go off of what I feel like I look like in the mirror. And, Scott can, and anyone could compliment me all they want to, but it's all about how do I feel about the way that I look. I'd much rather look good. Like, this is going to sound so weird, but sometimes I look in the mirror when I'm super ripped and I'm like, I wouldn't date that guy. I wouldn't date me at 184 pounds. But I look at me at a good 192, and I think I'm like 190 pounds. I think I'm 191 pounds. I don't know how much I weigh. It's around there because I could just feel it and I know. And my abs aren't like, they don't have the veins on veins, but if I saw me walking down the street, I'd be like, come the fuck through, bitch, right? Because I look in the mirror and I like me. But I don't like me at a time where I'm like 7 pounds underneath of where I want to be and I'm miserable. So is a number for you? And that's the question you have to ask. Is a number going to stress you out, or is a number going to motivate you? If you never get to that number, are you going to feel like a failure? Because if you are, then go for the feeling and go for the look. Will you date you? Now, some people, you ain't your own type, but I'm just saying sometimes you got to be positively selfish and tell yourself that you're the shit in order to believe when someone else thinks that you're the shit. But don't chase a number, chase a feeling, or if you love the number and the number makes you feel good and you're healthy at that number and maintaining that number, feel free.
How do you deal with loose skin?
I talked about that, loose skin. So loose skin is like another thing. It's that other thing of acceptance. Like, can I accept this loose skin? Am I single and trying to date and I'm insecure about it and I don't know if a guy or girl is going to love me for my loose skin? The thing is, like, if you accept your loose skin and you're like, I have this loose skin because I lost a lot of weight and these are my battle scars, you know what I mean? Then if you can accept them as your battle scars and you're like, this is me. And if I go out on a date and you tell somebody like, yo, this is who I am, this is what I am, then you can literally live in that. Now, if you're like, this is really stifling my life, I accept that I lost this weight, I really want to get rid of this skin, then by all means, go for it. And I want to go back to, like, pleasing people. So a friend of mine, I ain't going to say her name, but went out on a date last night, and she cut the date early because her and the guy was having chicken wings. She was like, I ain't want him to see me eating chicken wings. I'm like, you don't want to see him. You don't want him to see you eating chicken wings. So what's going to happen 6 months, a year from now, when y'all mad cool, and he see you licking the rest of your fingers and the rest of the sauce, and you talking? Like, if he ain't gonna like you how you are now, he ain't gonna like you how you are later. So you just gotta live in that. So if you don't want to remove the skin, you want to literally be like, yo, this is me. It's something you talk about. You don't have to blast it to the community. But if it's you, it's you. If it makes you feel uncomfortable and you want to save up some money and be like, yo, I want to get this loose skin moved around here because it's not going anywhere, you talk to a doctor. I would also recommend you talk to a therapist to make sure that it's something that you mentally need to do. Then do it, y'all. Live your best life.
What would you tell someone who says, oh, I want thinner legs or more defined abs or less of a pooch?
All right. Thinner legs, more defined abs. If you want,
Spot training,
There's no such thing as, so you can train your legs to be smaller, or not smaller. You can train you can train your legs to be smaller but more cut. The thing with legs and calves, it's literally a genetic thing. It's so crazy. And next time you see somebody in a grocery store that's wearing an Insanity shirt or, any kind of Beachbody program or a CrossFit shirt, if you do that same workout, I promise you, like I said before, somebody called me. Hold on. I'm not going to do that. Their person is always going to look different than you. So if you want smaller legs, instead of wanting smaller legs, say, I want to get my legs stronger. I want to make them more cut. That means maybe you have to do more squats. Maybe you go to the gym, you do whatever. If you want bigger biceps, you can make your biceps bigger, right? Your calves are genetic. And then the pooch. The thing is about the pooch, it goes back to the same thing as the muffin top, y'all. Like the pooch, like I have a friend who, I know people who have been teaching fitness and eat super healthy, and they just have the body type of just having that little extra pooch. And it's crazy how, like, I know people who went like extreme and trained for a bodybuilding trainer and physique competition, and they basically, which is great because the physique people, I mean, it's an art to them, and they get on stage and they look really great. But it's such a intense thing that even when they finish, and I've said this before, even when they finish that show, they eat more, and you see that they fill out a little bit more. So if it's a pooch and you work out really hard and you ain't trying to starve yourself or go to a physique competition, sometimes you have to accept the pooch. And again, everything that I'm saying about the body, I would say talk to your doctor and nutritionist because they might know a little bit more than me. I just know that, and y'all, I say this all the time, but most of the time what we think is unattractive, like somebody else might find attractive. I know plenty of guys, I'm going to talk about straight guys. I know plenty of guys that love a girl that ain't super thin. Now, again, it's about how you feel comfortable. But I'm like, if you're trying to please what other people, you think other people think is going to look pleasing, think again and reassess what you want. Because I'm going to tell y'all this. I don't know where, look, I said this before. I told Scott, you want to gain a good 15? I'm cool. Like, I check out guys that are more like bigger, that don't have defined abs. Like, I'm like, you know what I mean? If you're generally healthy, you work out, but you can't look like a, I mean, there are some good-looking ripped guys, too. But I'm just saying, not everybody has to look like that to be attractive. So don't beat yourself up if you don't have what other people want. But if you want to define your body because that's what you want and that's what makes you feel good, then just do it in the best way that you know how without being stressed.
On a busy schedule, how do I know whether or not what I'm doing is hurting more than helping? For example, if I wake up at 4 a.m. to exercise because that's the only time, but I don't get to bed until 10, how do I know where to prioritize and make time for myself?
All right, so what you're doing good enough for you? So here's the thing for that. If you go to bed at 10 and you wake up at 4, that's 6 hours of sleep. You should be getting 7 to 8, but it also depends on who you are and your body. Some people function really well. If you got to get up at 4 to work out, and that's a great part of your day, then great. I would say if you get an hour lunch break, find somewhere where you can take a nap, a power nap, like a 10-minute nap. If you're the kind of person who is doing double two-a-days, I would say you're doing way too much. If you're working out 2 times a day and you're working out hard, because I would love to see if you are working out 2 times a day, how intense you're going, or maybe you can assess that yourself, you're overtraining. So if you have to wake up early, that's great, because that's you giving you time for yourself so that you can actually work out and feel like you've been successful. If it's cutting into your time with your sleep, then find a 10 or 15 power nap a day. Everybody gets a lunch break. You know, if you eat a nice healthy lunch and then just go in your car, crack the windows, don't have your car running, lay down, take a 10-minute power nap. I've done it, set my alarm, wake up feeling refreshed, get you through the day.
How do I tackle combating the person that I was in high school and trying to get back to that goal weight?
Okay. Let's talk about people trying to get to the weight that they were in high school. There are some people who never gained weight, or their high school weight is the weight that their body wants to be. But let me tell you something. When you were in high school, you were 18 years old. It was before you had kids, and if you didn't have kids, it was before your body hit an extreme maturity. It was before your body hit adulthood. And some people might be like, oh, well, I hit puberty. Just because you hit puberty at 12 or 14 or whatever it is, it doesn't mean it's over. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how old you are, but if you're older and you're trying to go back to high school, I really want you to think about that. Are you really trying to go back to the young 17, 18-year-old guy or girl? Like, are you really trying to go back to that? Or are you trying to say, this is me at 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 70, and this is where my body is at today as a grown-ass woman or a grown-ass adult. Like, this is motherfucking me, and I'm working out every day, and that ass is right, and that legs is right, and I'm eating healthy, and this is who I am. Because I know one thing, I damn sure ain't trying to go back to 178 pounds. Hell, when I get to 188, people literally have written me on Instagram like, Sean, I see you're too skinny. I'm like, what the fuck, right? You know, and then there's people out there that's trying to get to 178 pounds. Like, I'm not trying to be 178 pounds. I'm not trying to go back to high school. I'm a man. You're a woman. Like, own what your body looks like now. You're an adult. Like, now if you're 19 or 20 and you're in this group, then, you know, I see what you mean. Then obviously you're at a place where you're like, okay, maybe, you know, everybody gains that freshman 15 to 20, and it's just like you need to change the way you eat, and your body kind of switched a little bit. But my whole point is, people, my lovely, lovely, lovely people out there in the world of fitness, do not, and when I tell you, hold on one second, do not put the pressure on yourself of trying to be 18 years old again. Because if you're 35, nobody wants an 18-year-old. And if they do, then they don't want you. Okay? 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 As Cardi B says.
How do you balance how you want to look with how you want to live?
All right, so this is my last question that I'm going to answer for today. So I will say, how do you balance how you want to look with how you want to live? Again, I'm going to refer you back to the conversation I had with Alex, because we talked about her wanting to be 10 pounds lighter, but that's not how she wants to live. She doesn't want to live that lifestyle. So I'm like, okay, what if you lost 5 pounds, right? What if you worked to lose 5 pounds? Because I've said this before. People's goal weight, which is usually their high school weight, should be like 7 pounds heavier than where they want to be a lot of the times anyway. Because what I don't want you to do is be miserable at a weight because of the number. And we discussed this earlier. Why be miserable at a weight because of a number, right? If you like to have your weekend drinks, or if you like to go to your parties, or if you like to do these certain things that's going to make you feel really good about who you are, right? because you're living a fulfilled life. You can go on vacation. You can go out to dinner with your friends and have a glass of wine. You can wake up in the morning at 4 a.m. and work out. Like, if you can do all that stuff and stay healthy, and you can get your checkup, or you can go to the doctor, or you can go whatever, and you can say, I'm still a healthy individual all the way around, then there's nothing wrong with that. And that's the balance. Live and be healthy. Because like I said before, one sleeve of Thin Mints and one popsicle and one, even if you eat the whole carton of ice cream, is not 20 pounds. It's the culmination of doing that over and over and over and over again and forgetting about what the goal is. And the goal is to feel good about who you are. And that's the truth bomb for today. The goal is to feel good about who you are. If you are doing everything in your power to be fit and healthy, but you're still miserable, you have to ask yourself, who am I doing this for? But if you're doing everything in your power to be fit and healthy and you feel really good, then you're doing it for you. Do this for you. Don't do it for me, because I'm going to hug you the same way if I see you and you gain 15 pounds that if I saw you and you look like you're ready to go out to the beach and slay on that towel. I'm going to hug you the same way. You have to be the driving force of how you want to feel and how you want to live. Don't let fitness or weight class dictate how you live your life. Let the feeling inside of you and how confident, because you know nothing looks as good as confidence feels. How confident are you? How healthy are you internally? How are you feeling energetically? How positive are you being in your mind? These are the things that you need to go after to stay committed to your personal journey. Someone says, I'm eating like a pig, and that's what causes misery. I'm doing great today. Great. So in order to not feel miserable, don't eat like a pig. And maybe you have to start out by halving it up and then make a quarter of what you normally eat. Sometimes it's just a piece of chocolate. And you know hell, if you're married, sometimes it's just good sex. Sometimes you ain't even hungry. You just trying to you just got to go get it in real quick. And now I know there are a lot of people out there who are Christians and they think what I'm about to say is so wrong. And it's fine because everybody got their life. But let me tell you something. Sometimes, and we could talk about this next time. I'm going to go into this a little bit more next time. But loneliness sometimes is the key to gaining weight. And sometimes you just have to safely let yourself get it in. We'll talk about that next time. But until then, always trust and believe in who you are. You all have an amazing day. I have a Spartan race tomorrow. It's actually going to be a fun one. I don't know about fun because it's going to be like 100 miles. It's only like 10. But 8 maybe. But we're doing it with a team, and instead of us literally racing, we're going to work as a team. It's going to be really fun. We're going to have a really great time. And so wish us luck. I love you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining Ongoing Key, and I appreciate you. And we have some fun announcements coming up soon. If you missed the other announcements, the Unlock Your Potential shirt is available now at SeanTapparel.com. You can get it, and the coupon code is TOK June 15th. That's the coupon code at checkout. And then, is our Potential shirts available or not yet?
They're to the people who bought in for the year.
Yeah. So if you bought in for the year, the Potential shirt, and we're talking about making a hoodie available for purchase on Sean T Apparel, just in case you want a hoodie. I don't know why, because it's hot as, but you should get one anyway. All right, y'all. Talk to you later. Have an amazing day. Thanks for joining. Peace out.